Another red flag is that your builder just doesn't understand how to follow a structural engineer's design, doesn't know how to install steel. Okay, it's a specialist piece of work, not anybody can do it, so you've got to make sure your builder's experienced enough to do this kind of thing, especially when you look at this job. They're taking away the corner of the house and this steel is holding up the rest of the house, including the roof. Now, what we found here is the builder has completely missed the line of the steel, set the steel too high, and what that results in is there's a 150mm step in the new room. So as you come into the new rooms of the extended house, there's going to be 150 whole step into the new room. That's into the bathrooms, into the new rooms, and the other impact of that is your upstairs ceiling heights are then reduced to 150mm. So the ceiling heights are about 2-3. So if you come across to this door here, you'll see what that is. So the ceiling heights then will be literally on top of your head. I'm quite tall, nearly 6'4", so obviously it's not so worse for me, but the ceiling height, you don't want that ceiling height, you know, you're going to be hitting your head off ceiling lights and things like that, so that needs rectifying. A few options for that is we change the stair layout, do a lot of remedial works, or we've got to put the steel in properly in the first place like it should have been done. Loads of steel issues on this job. If you look at this bearing here, it's got 100mm bearing. That should be at least 150. On this kind of size, nearly 5-metre opening, I'd go to 200 bearing on that steel, just to make sure half of that padstone is covered by steel, and then you've got a nice support coming down, because that could crush and break this corner of that steel, especially that weight, especially with brickwork going above it. That's not to structural engineer's design, that's not the way it should be installed. And if you look at other issues here, where it's connected onto other steels, so this one onto here, he's just packed that up because he's got the heights wrong. These steels should be down here. This height isn't too bad, but this steel should be sat on there and then bolted through the bottom. Okay, bolts are better than welds, by the way, because a weld you can't prove, it's the quality of the welder and things like that, whereas a bolt is a bolt. If you've got the bolts in connected properly, there should never be any issues. So there's no bolting in. These ones coming across here to take the other extension are just sat inside there. Any movements, slight earthquakes, anything, that's all crumbling, that's coming down. So another example of this, not sure if you can get a shot of that, but there's just bolts missing there. So that's the kind of bolts that we need to look for. There's 2 missing in each steel, so not done correctly at all, completely missed off.